now, a UW professor is stressing the negative impact of K through 12 curricula that whitewashes American history.
And as Dane County enters phase 2 of its reopening plan, public health officials expressed their concern that people may be getting complacent with guidelines meant to slow the spread of COVID-19.
This is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. During the past couple of weeks of protesting, we've heard several speakers point out that our textbooks often skip over key events in the telling of American history, most having to do with critical moments in Black history.
Our Gabriela Becerra joins us live to share where these disparities often lie. Gabby?
Often, Americans receive a one-sided or reduced telling of history, and if not corrected, this narrative that students are taught can lead to more inequality in the United States.
They come in with a lot of fairy tale.
As a professor of Black history at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Christy Clark-Pujara sees the disparities told in history from the students in her classes.
The vast majority of them have no sense of how central and important race-based slavery was to the economic stability of the colonies, nor do they have an understanding of the centrality of slavery in the founding of the nation.
It's a one-sided telling of American history, the one she says begins as a young student. A simple example, Clark-Pujara says, is the way the Constitution is taught.
The vast majority of my students have never heard of the Constitution as a pro-slavery document, even though there are very clear-cut ties to slavery. So I spent a lot of time explaining that to them, that it wasn't just a freedom document, it wasn't just a slavery document, it was both.
Not understanding all perspectives of history contributes to racism in our country today.
You don't understand systemic racism. You don't understand institutional racism. And you think that those are just like liberal buzzwords to get people up in arms, and that they're not rooted in something real and tangible.
For real change, Clark-Pujara says the true telling of history needs to begin in kindergarten.
It's never too early to start. And I know that some people want to push back because they say things like, oh, well, kids that age can't digest some of the horrors that are a part of American history. Well, we're fine with telling our young children all about the Holocaust. And why are Americans so fine with telling their children all about the Holocaust? Because Americans get to be the heroes.
And adults need to push for public conversations and funded policy changes.
To really care about freedom, liberty, and justice, we have to tell the good with the bad, the ugly with the pretty, and understand that criticism of the United States is a patriotic act in and of itself.
While Professor Clark-Pujara focuses on 19th century history for a living, she shares that it's important to teach young people that history is still prevalent today and can be seen in generational wealth, disparities between home ownership and loans, as well as state and federal policies.
New at 6, a pair of graduates from a Kenosha high school are calling on the district to require race and diversity training for teachers and for the district to hire more teachers of color. That is according to Kenosha News. 20-year-olds Kat Christmas and Crystal Egbo started a petition that has more than 2,500 signatures on change.org. A Black state assembly candidate is accusing a white rival of harassing him by taking photos of his house. Current Madison Alder Samba Balda and Walt Stewart are 2 of 4 Democrats vying to replace Representative Melissa Sargent in Madison. Balda issued a statement yesterday accusing Stewart and 2 other white men in the car with him of driving past his house and taking photos. He said that as a black man, he found Stewart's actions disturbing. In his own statement, Stewart says he and 2 assistants were scouting a campaign video. He says disturbing Balda was not his intention, and he apologized for the misunderstanding.
Major victory in the battle for LGBTQ rights today. On a 6-3 vote, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the Civil Rights Act of 1964 protects gay and transgender workers from job discrimination. The Supreme Court action is expected to have a major impact for an estimated 8.1 million workers in the U.S. That's because most states do not protect LGBTQ people from workplace discrimination. Staff at Outreach LGBT Community Center in Madison say they're ecstatic with that decision. Say it's a milestone for equal rights. Mark Hargrove, program director at Outreach, says the decision creates another way of moving forward and progressing in equality, but says there's still much more work that needs to be done, especially for people of color and the transgender community. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway tweeted that it was, quote, especially heartening to get this ruling during Pride Month. Rhodes Conway is Madison's first openly gay mayor.
New at 6, Governor Evers has blocked the University of Wisconsin system from taking the first steps toward complying with new federal rules that will bolster the rights of people accused of sexual misconduct. The governor says in a letter to UW system president Ray Cross, there are concerns about the new federal regulations and the chilling effect they will have on survivors. The governor rejected UW's outline for a new administrative rule complying with the federal changes, saying the outline does not specify whether UW would weaken or strengthen the definition of sexual harassment. Title IX prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex under federally funded programs and activities. Last month, the Trump administration's Education Secretary Betsy DeVos issued new rules that narrow the definition of sexual harassment and require colleges to investigate claims only if they are reported to certain officials.
To weather, heat and humidity will bring thunderstorm chances later in the week. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, before that happens, we'll see lots of sunshine and a gradual warm-up in temperatures as we take a look at live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Just some hazy sunshine on the west side of Madison. Otherwise, you can see a visible cloud track. There have been a few clouds coming through, but the nearest showers are up in northern Minnesota and actually moving away from us. So right now, things are pretty quiet around here. Temperatures very comfortable, mainly middle to upper 70s, a little warmer to the west of Madison. East of Madison, closer to Lake Michigan, temperatures drop into the upper 60s thanks to a lake breeze there. By morning, with skies becoming mostly clear, temperatures will fall into the lower 50s. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny and warmer. High temperatures will be in the middle 80s, but humidity levels will still be pretty tolerable. We'll take a look at the forecast and how big of a warm-up we can expect in just a few minutes.
The chief attorney for the legislature's Reference Bureau says the governor's staff member who recorded a phone meeting between Evers and Republican legislative leaders could be guilty of a felony if they made the recording without anyone's approval. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald and Assembly Speaker Robin Vos were on that May 14th call with the governor, his chief of staff, and his legal counsel. Another staffer who was listening in recorded it without Evers or the Republicans knowing.
On to our coronavirus headlines. Wisconsin continuing to see fewer new cases of COVID-19 compared to previous weeks. According to health officials, there are about 200 new confirmed cases today and 3 new deaths. Of those who tested positive, 73% in fact have now fully recovered. 2.8% of new tests came back positive today. Over the past 2 weeks, the percent of new positive cases peaked at just over 4%. We're seeing an overall downward trend in positive cases. Dane County is officially now in phase 2 of its reopening plan as of this morning. This allows for restaurants, gyms, and retailers to open to 50% capacity and also offers larger crowd sizes for gathering, capping at 100 for outdoor, 50 for indoor.
Even with this change, the local public health department says early guidelines have not gone away. Amy Reed is live downtown to explain why they say it matters now more than ever. Amy?
Think of it this way. This new phase comes with risks, and it's our responsibility to make sure it goes as well as it can. Even with shops restricted, there is still plenty drawing people to State Street. The murals covering businesses are worth seeing and getting on camera. They're good reminders of one public health crisis, while the other can sometimes feel forgotten.
Especially the college students. Yeah, I was driving yesterday. There were a lot of college students, staying really close together, and seems like they're not really following the rules.
As Dane County moves into phase 2, the rules are still there, and some murals show a good example in wearing masks. The rest of the guidelines, like frequent hand washing and social distancing, are still important too.
I think that it's easy when we get to a place like this where we may start thinking, well, things are working and we don't need to do what we've been doing all along. But really, we need to remember it's because we've been doing the right thing all along that we're here.
That's the message Public Health Madison and Dane County wants to drive home. Recent protests and even protests from months ago haven't resulted in spikes in cases, but good practices from the public have helped prevent that, the department says.
And I think what's happening here in our communities, we're seeing our good efforts, and our good efforts are indicating even amidst other activities within our community, we've done a good job, and our metrics support moving forward in phase 2 and lifting up our businesses and our community.
The health department said these phases can go back too, so if we don't keep following guidelines, there's a risk that we could return to phase 1. They said it's important to remember that this virus is just as contagious and dangerous as it was months ago.
Amy, thank you. Wisconsin athletics officials are not saying whether Badgers football will return this fall. Brian Lucas, director of football brand communications, says although they are encouraged that the UW system is planning for in-person instruction this fall, Wisconsin athletics is, quote, continuing to work with local and campus health officials on plans for the fall sports season. Over the weekend, UW system president Ray Cross said campuses are, quote, preparing an environment that reduces risk for a safe return amid the pandemic.
Still ahead at 6, an opportunity for your child to attend virtual or outdoor summer camp. We'll share how MSCR is planning a safe return to programming. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
When the doctor said Mama wasn't going to get better, we were shocked. We're not ready. How will we get through this?
A Grace will help, with kind caregivers who help you handle the tough moments ahead.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago and why we still continue today. According to the CDC, cleaning is a necessary first step of any disinfection process. We use detergents and cleaning agents to ensure that your home is prepared for whatever life brings in. Whatever home means to you, we're ready when you are to make sure your space is clean and that you and the ones you care about most are safe.
What do you think of when you hear custom built in the USA? Superior quality, skilled craftsmanship, built to last? At Renewal by Andersen, our windows are custom built in the USA. That's something each and every one of us is proud of. We're proud of what we do, and we're proud of where we do it. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Okay, so we have some good news for parents trying to keep those kids busy. Madison School and Community Recreation will hold virtual and outdoor programming this summer. That will include arts and enrichment activities, dance, fitness, nature, boating, sports, and tennis. All in-person classes will take place outdoors and follow physical distancing and safety guidelines. Virtual classes take place live via Zoom or recorded lessons via Google Classroom.
We're calling our summer programming MSCR Summer Inside Out because it is totally backward of how we would normally do things. So since we closed down in mid-March, we've been figuring out how to do things virtually, how to get staff up to speed on the technology pieces, how to figure out different delivery models for our participants so that we can engage people at wherever they're at for their comfort level.
MSCR summer programming highlights include live-streamed virtual fitness classes for all ages, youth and family art classes, paddling programs, and adult softball leagues. You can find all the details at mscr.org. Outdoor playgrounds and splash pads are open again now that we've moved into phase 2 of the Forward Dane reopening plan. Licensed swimming pools are allowed to open at 50% capacity.
The Wisconsin Humanities Council has awarded 49 nonprofits with grant money to help support their operations during the pandemic. The Beloit Historical Society was one of those recipients, receiving about $7,500 to help with payroll and facilities costs. The funding was provided by the National Endowment of the Humanities through the Federal CARES Act. The Beloit Historical Society is looking for ways to share its collections with people online while the building is closed.
Very rich heritage of local community who had served in a variety of conflicts and wars. Did amazing things in their service for our country. So we preserved that history. We're sharing it here in our military room. But with our current situation of being remote and our building not available to visitors currently, we're looking for other ways that we can make it available.
She says the Historical Society is moving a little slower than Rock County and the city of Beloit when it comes to reopening. Right now, the building is closed to the public and volunteers are not yet back at work. DHS awarding $1.2 million in grants to 15 birth-to-3 programs across the state, and that includes more than $55,000 to Sauk County. The early intervention birth-to-3 program supports children who have developmental delays or disabilities. The grant program will provide new training opportunities for staff and families.
Coming up in sports, a Wisconsin assistant men's basketball coach is using poetry to inspire change. Sports director Zach Hanley shares why he hopes to educate others about the importance of exploring what makes each person unique. And warmer weather the next 2 days is creating chances for thunderstorms. Gary has your first warn forecast next.
Here's to all the farm and fleet dads, the ones who get the job done right and take the time to pass it on. This Father's Day, give him a gift you know he'll love from the store dads love, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. For the rugged dad, Carhartt Force t-shirts are 25% off. For the DIY dad, save $50 on this Simpson pressure washer. For the sportsman dad, assorted knives, multi-tools, and trail cams are 20% off. And a Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card is always the perfect gift.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Merida, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Happy anniversary! Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place. It's our 10-year anniversary, and we are celebrating with a 30% off sale this week through Saturday. Stop pain, reduce stress, get deeper sleep, and find your healthy place with natural supplements. Stock up on all your favorite supplements this week with 30% off through Saturday. These past 10 years have been incredible. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations and check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com. The Healthy Place.
Steinhafels is now open. Celebrate our grand reopening with amazing deals priced to sell out. We have the largest selection of furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices, like this Lazy Boy rocker recliner rock bottom price $299.99. This Chase sofa or queen bed each just $699.99. Power Theater sofa now $13.99. Plus take an extra 10% off all in-stock patio. Plus get free no-contact shipping. Hurry in to get amazing savings at Steinhafels' biggest grand reopening sale ever.
Nice nice day today with temperatures in the middle 70s and lots of sunshine. Live view from the WISC sky cam looking out toward the southwest shows mainly sunny skies, just some mid and high level cirrus clouds overhead. But three things you need to know in the forecast. Warmer weather is on the way with high temperatures in the 80s beginning tomorrow, probably mid 80s tomorrow, and then upper 80s for Wednesday and Thursday, and middle 80s for Friday and Saturday, although by that time we'll start to see a little more humidity. That starts to occur by the end of the week and lasts into the weekend, and that will lead to a chance for some thunderstorms, especially from Thursday night into Friday, Saturday, and Father's Day Sunday. But on Doppler track right now, the nearest showers are in northern Minnesota, and those are heading to the northeast, so we're going to stay dry for at least several more days. Low temperatures this morning, because the air is so dry, we're able to cool off very quickly at night, so temperatures were in the 40s away from Lake Michigan, 50s to around 60 to our west, and then temperatures mainly in the 60s, more what you would expect for this time of year across Minnesota and Iowa. And that's actually in between a stationary front and a warm front, or a cold front out to the west. In between, the air really warm and hot. To the west, a little cooler behind the cold front, but for the most part, there's just not a lot of precipitation out there. You can see those showers up in northern Minnesota, but even where there's a little bit of cloud cover, just not seeing any rain. And take a look at the temperatures out to the west. We're in the mid-70s here. Temperatures are in the 80s to lower 90s across much of the western portion of Minnesota, Iowa, back into Nebraska and the Dakotas, and that warmer air is going to continue to build over the next couple of days. Dew point temperatures still remain very low here, upper 30s across the the eastern portion of Wisconsin. That's unusually low for mid-June, and out to the west, even 50-degree dew points, still pretty low, but you start to see those dew points get up into the 60s across Iowa and Minnesota, so it will become a little more humid, but it'll take some time because the winds are basically from south to north. So that humidity is heading north instead of more toward the east to where we are. So you can see those clouds just kind of fizzle apart as they move into Wisconsin because the air is just so dry here. There's really no support to bring more clouds and precipitation. So as we head through the day on Wednesday, lots of sunshine. Temperatures probably will touch the 90-degree mark in parts of our viewing area. And then as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday, you can start to see some showers and thunderstorms in the more humid air out to the west, but it'll take a while for it to get here. As we head into Thursday, a weak cold front will develop. Notice the wind shift from the south to the northwest behind the front, but again, because the air across Wisconsin is pretty dry, it probably will be Thursday night into Friday before we see a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms. And temperatures, while getting a little cooler as we head through the weekend, will still be at or above normal. High temperatures will be in the 80s, but again, we'll see a little more humidity as we head toward the weekend. That'll lead to some rain chances. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 84 degrees, mostly sunny and a little warmer than today. 7 to 10 day forecast, near 90 for Wednesday and Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised if parts of the area hit 90. Then the humidity starts to return with better chances for thunderstorms as we head toward the weekend, including Father's Day. Next week, the humidity drops a little bit. Thunderstorm chances go down as well.
And coming up in sports, poetic justice. While Lano Tucker put pen to paper and channeled his inner poet to inspire change. That's next on News 3 Now.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. At McGann's, our #1 priority is treating our customers right. We want your shopping experience to be fun and informative so you have all the information you need to make smart choices. We're shoppers too, and we believe in treating our guests like family. We always have and always will. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be so glad you did.
Buildco season is here, and the signs are all around us. Like free installation on all windows, siding, and doors, and no interest for 1 year. It's time to jump on that home renovation project and free installation all from the comfort of home. That gives you time to make the most of your Feldco season.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Now get your groceries even faster with Hy-Vee Aisles Online same-day pickup. Just choose the Get It Faster option and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Plus, now we've added more time slots so you can get your groceries when you need them. You'll find the freshest items, favorite brands, and the same great deals as in-store. Get free pickup on orders over $30 and no contact pickup and delivery. Download the Hy-Vee Grocery app today and pick up groceries from Hy-Vee in as little as 2 hours.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Patty says things are going to get warmer and muggier in the next couple of days.
And Madison City Council will be talking about setting up a civilian oversight board for police. We'll tell you what they would be in charge of doing.
See you from 4:30 to 7 Tuesday.
Tucker rewrote the history books as a player at Wisconsin, but the current assistant men's basketball coach is more than just an athlete. Tucker is a multi-talented man who's using his words through poetry to inspire change.
Rhea feed it, Taylor with a 2-on-1. Can't launch, Tucker, slam dunk, and a foul!
You know about the Orlando Tucker that can do this.
Drives by Walton, to the rim, layup good! Tucker on a blow-by!
But what about this side of Orlando Tucker?
And I promise you can hear the pain if you turn down the volume on your stereo tight.
I wanted to be that inspiration to say, listen, I'll go out there to the world and show them that I can be more than an athlete.
So Tucker put pen to paper.
A college graduate. Yet all I'll ever be remembered for is the amount of points I've scored.
I just really wanted to tap into my creative side and say, hey, let me use the artistic side of Orlando to figure out if I can inspire.
And is using his voice, his poetry.
Money buys me privilege, my color can't afford.
As a catalyst for change.
I was a great basketball player, so a lot of people understand that. So they feel like, hey, that's a good individual right there. But you're only attesting that or attaching that I was a great basketball player to me being a great individual. So you put me in a bubble.
Placed in a box where there's not a lot of room for growth.
But then when you can have a conversation with me, when you actually say, this guy is more than basketball, he's more than sport, that, I guess, ignites your curiosity to learn more about me.
Which is Tucker's message.
So the divide in America has always been is because of lack of curiosity or respect of a person because of the color of their skin, or again, or I say sexual orientation or presentation, religious belief, political backing, or stance. So when you can understand to get past that and explore your curiosity, then the more I learn, the more I appreciate who you are.
Educate.
I'm more than black.
Learn.
I'm more than an athlete.
And listen.
We're all here together. We're living together, and we need to figure out a way where we all coexist and create a better world.
And he told me that he's going to release another poem later this week.
Oh, gosh, I hope so. We need more of that. And to come from him, it's even... You know, it just means so much more. Absolutely. Good for him. Zach, thank you. And here's Gary with the final check of your forecast.
Things pretty dry out there right now. The humidity levels are low, so the nearest rain is up in northern Minnesota and actually moving away from us. So we're going to stay dry at least for the next couple of days. Temperatures pretty comfortable. Middle 70s in Madison, Janesville 77, 77 in Boscobel. To the east, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan. A lake breeze there keeping temperatures in the upper 60s. But notice the dew point temperatures, upper 30s to the middle 40s. Air unusually dry from the middle part of June. That will keep us dry for the next couple of days. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Will drop to the lower 50s for low temperatures tonight. High temperatures tomorrow in the middle 80s, and then we're in the upper 80s for Wednesday and Thursday. Humidity levels come back up for the end of the week, and that'll lead to some thunderstorm chances through the weekend. A little less humidity next week and less in the way of thunderstorm chances.
All right, Gary, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.